Hi, I'm Ken Jabert with the Orange County Library System here at the Hiawassee branch on February the 11th, 2014, capturing memories from our community. Please tell us your names and where you're from. We'll start with you, sir.
Hurley, Suggs, Orlo Vista.
Okay.
Florida.
And you?
Gerald, Eberly.
And also Orlo Vista, I'm
Yes.
assuming the area.
Yes.
Are either one of you gentlemen originally from Florida, or did you move here from other places?
I've been here all my life. I moved here when I was 18 months old.
Wow, and around what year would that have been?
44.
Wow, so you're a long-time resident, so you've seen lots of changes in the
Yes,
Orlando
ma'am.
area. And what about you?
I moved from Pennsylvania when I was 21. I guess that makes it about 30 years, I think.
30
I've been
years,
here.
also a long-time resident. And so I imagine at least you, Mr. Suggs, must have went to school in the Orlando area. What school did you attend?
My first year I attended, what's the name of that school? Central Avenue.
Okay.
And then I moved from there, I moved out to Orlo Vista in 1950.
Mhm.
And I went to Orlo Vista School from there about on.
Mhm.
And then I went to Memorial Junior High School, which was downtown, across the street from Lake Eola. And then I went to Evans.
To Evans High School.
Graduated from Evans in 1962.
So that would have been the original Evans High
Yes,
School,
sir.
right?
Yes, sir.
And how about you? Well, you said you moved here at 21, so you're probably done with school by then, right?
I did go to Valencia Community College, West Valencia.
The West Campus?
Yeah.
Okay. What did you study?
It was computer integrated manufacturing.
Wow. And what was your first job out of college?
It was was the computer company.
With a computer company?
And that's what I mainly do now is computers.
Hmm. And how about you? What did you do for a living, Mr. Suggs?
I was a barber all my life.
Oh, wow. Where was your barbershop that
There
you
in
worked
Orlo
at?
Vista.
Also in Orlo Vista. So you've
Owned my own
seen
shop there for 41 years.
lots of changes to the community.
Yes, sir.
What was the name of the barbershop?
Butch's Barbershop.
I'm sorry?
Butch's Barbershop.
Butch's Barbershop.
Yes,
And
sir.
so I probably guessed that, correct me if I'm wrong, back then you probably did mostly male hair and female heads of hair, went to other places.
Right. Right.
And what about you? What did you work also in the Orlo Vista area?
Yes.
In the computer business?
Yeah.
And how did you become involved in the Orlo Vista community?
I was near him.
Sure, either one of you.
He's a champion. I've just known everybody there in Orlo Vista for years.
Right. And what kind of changes have you seen in the community?
A lot of building,
Lots of
a
building.
lot of change with people,
I'm sorry, lots of
a lot of changes with people.
changes with people. Lots of people coming and
Most
going.
people are raised there in Orlo Vista, done moved out.
And are there still some longtime residents like yourself?
A few of them.
In addition to Mr. Eberly,
Right.
right? And how about you? Have you seen lots of people come and go too, Mr. Eberly?
Yes, I have. I'm getting to know some of the old timers that have been around for a while.
Because 30 years is still a very long time. So, either one of you gentlemen still working today?
No, I'm actually retired.
Retired?
I'm still working.
I was going to say, I didn't think you were old enough to be retired. And you still work in the computer industry?
Yes,
And what do you do now?
I do. Besides upgrading the computers, I do websites and I do security cameras.
And so I'm sure you've seen big changes in that industry through the years as
Yeah.
well, right?
Yeah.
Like what kind of things have you seen that
That's
maybe
my
no
second
longer...
job is keeping up with all of it.
And what kind of things have you seen that in the past that no longer are available in the computer industry or just in the Central Florida area in general?
For availability, well, we have to go along with the operating systems, whatever
Right.
Microsoft does.
Exactly. And I imagine that you guys have also seen some changes in the Orlando area since, especially you, Mr. Suggs, since Mr. Disney and all his friends came to town back in the
Sure have.
60s, right? So what was Orlando like before Disney was around?
Quiet, nice town.
And how about afterwards?
Got real busy. A lot of people,
Lots of people.
a lot of roads.
It's my understanding that in this area, not just Mr. Disney, but thanks to Martin Marietta also brought a lot of people
Right,
in the
right.
50s and
Yeah.
60s. All right.
Sure did.
And the roads along with it.
My mother worked out for 32 years.
Oh, really? What did she do there?
She started out as a solderer like everybody else, and then she got on up to engineering. So,
It's my understanding that part of the reason Pine Hills first was built as a neighborhood was
exactly.
they needed so many housing for people that were coming to Florida to live, and a lot of them worked at
Sure.
Martin Marietta. So.
A lot of them come down here from where was they come from the first? I'm trying to remember where Martin Company was.
Jernigan?
Huh?
You thinking about Jernigan?
No, it wasn't New Jersey. It was another.
No, Jernigan.
Could have been.
Aaron-
I remember when
Aaron
Martin
Jernigan.
Company started out at the airport. That was their first place.
Oh, really? Well, around what time would that have been?
Probably late 50s,
Late
early
50s.
60s. Yeah.
And Mr. Eberly, what's your favorite thing about living in the Central Florida area?
Well, it is a good central place. One thing I do find is a lot of resources are close by. I do find that, or it's easy to get to most anything I want,
Oh, all right.
except for engineering jobs.
You think we need some more of those around here?
Yeah.
And how about you, Mr. Suggs? What's your favorite thing about living in Central
It's
Florida?
home.
I'm sorry, it's home?
It's home.
Now, most people I talk to say usually something about the weather. Are you also fans of the weather?
Yeah, I don't like snow. I don't like cold weather. I've been in cold weather. But I don't like it. I'd rather see the sunshine and the sand. I don't like rocks and hills.
Now, recently, in the last couple of years, we got a new Evans High School. So you said you were a graduate from the original Evans. Have you driven past and seen what the new high school
Oh,
looks
yeah.
like?
Oh, yeah.
And what do you think?
A lot different. A lot bigger and a lot newer.
Right.
But it was new when I went there. There was only 2 buildings when I started there.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
So when the school first opened, there wasn't, it
There was
was just 2 buildings, and later on through the years, they added more.
We didn't even have a gym or a cafeteria back in them days.
Wow. And so did either one of your children have children that went to school in the Central Florida area, either Evans or any other schools?
Mine did. Well, actually, my kids, I moved out from went the other side of Windermere. My kids went to Winter Garden School.
To Winter Garden,
Yeah.
which
They
that,
graduated at West Orange.
at West Orange, and that area has seen some growth too. Yeah.
Yeah,
I guess back then it would have been a lot of orange fields, right?
exactly. All orange roads, yes.
Not so much anymore, right?
No, sir.
And how about Mr. Eberly or Mr. Suggs? Either one of you can answer this. Do either one of you have any hobbies?
I used to hunt and fish a lot.
Oh, really? And now are there still places to do that around here?
Very few.
Probably more spots for fishing than hunting, huh? Yeah. And where did you used to go fishing at?
Butler Chain.
Butler Chain?
I used to fish a lot out there because I lived on that lake for a long time.
Right.
I lived on Lake Pocket for a long time.
Oh, really? And what about hunting? What kind of things did you hunt for?
Deer,
Deer? Really? Oh, and where did you go deer hunting around here?
Disney.
You know,
Before they bought it.
when I go out there, sometimes I still see
Still
deer
a lot
occasionally
of
on the
them
side
out
of the
there,
road.